Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've done one of these, probably about a year actually, about 9 or 10 months I think, but I wanted to do one to just kind of give an update as to where I am right now and what's going on with the project, and not to give too many spoilers away, to talk a little bit about failure, or what we perceive as failure and what that actually means. So, as some of you might have already worked out based on that statement, Rosvita is no more. It's cancelled, or perhaps a better way of looking at it is that it's indefinitely on hold. It's a project that's very, very near to my heart, and one that I would absolutely love to pick up again at some point in the future. But unfortunately, right now, it's just not practicable, and it's just not going anywhere. We built up a demo, really, really good demo, and we've taken it to a whole bunch of publishers, investors, platform holders, and unfortunately the feedback has been almost universal that whilst people love the game, they had a really good time with it, the art style is absolutely fantastic and the story sounds really good, it's just not what they're looking for right now, or the industry, the market, just it's not a good place at the moment to be putting out kind of artistically led narrative puzzle platformers. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't exist, but it's not 6 years ago or 5 years ago or whenever when it seemed like if you did a platform puzzler halfway decent, you could find a market for that. VR's quite big, but yeah, platform puzzlers, not so much. And what has been the result of all of this? Well, I'm not gonna lie. The feedback hit me quite hard, or I took it pretty hard. I've mentioned in previous videos that I tend to take things quite personally, and I tend to take things quite hard. And that's something that I've been working on becoming more resilient to. Unfortunately, when the last nail in the coffin kind of came down, this took me to a really, really bad place. Went to a pretty dark place for a while. It sounds ridiculous when I say it now, but on that day, I just walked out of the flat and sat in a rainstorm for about 40 minutes, just feeling really sorry for myself. And then for the months following that, I was convinced that this was a failure, that it was a failure because of me, and therefore I was a failure, that everything that I had done had been a waste of time, and a waste of everyone's time, and that I just wasn't cut out for being an independent developer. And plenty of other self-pitying twaddle, really. Now, I'm in a much better place right now. Hopefully you can tell by the fact that I'm smiling, and it's not forced. But I couldn't have gotten here without the help of a bunch of people. There's a huge amount of people, but the three guys that I really want to kind of say thanks to is my business partner and collaborator, Joao. He had a far more pragmatic head on him when the news came through. He was upset as well. It's as much his baby as it is mine. But he set an example of taking it on the chin far more, and he had some good advice to me, which was, maybe I should take a step back from the whole indie dev thing for a while. Just give myself some headspace, focus on my artwork, focus on doing some work. Because compounding all of the hard time that I'd been having was the fact that I have been completely skint for the last 2 years. I've had no money whatsoever, and I had gotten to some pretty worrying times during that, scary times. The next person is my partner, Lara. He's also the writer for Rosvita. She has been a perfect combination of kind words, comfort, and an iron hard stick to smack over my head when I'm being narcissistic and self-pitying. And then the last person that I reached out to and asked their advice was Tommy Palm. Now, I know many of you probably know who he is. For those who don't, he's a truly fantastic guy who runs Resolution Games in Sweden. He's one of the two people that founded Stugan, himself and Oscar Berman. and also Jana Karlikova, or Jana Palm as she is now, who runs Stugan pretty much. And I reached out to him because he's someone that I really respect. He's someone I really admire in the industry because he's had a lot of success, but he's worked for it, and he uses that success to help others and to pursue the projects that he wants to do. It's someone I'd really like to emulate. And I reached out to him and I asked him, you've had a lot of success, and you can't have had a career as kind of long and fruitful as yours without coming across the same things that I'm going through, or I had been going through at that time. How do you deal with it? How do you move past it? And he said some things that a lot of other people had echoed as well, but he put it very succinctly. Is that Rosvita was not a failure. Rosvita was not a waste of time, and I had not wasted my time. What it was a huge success. Now, alright, I hadn't managed to release this game. It hadn't gone on to sell a bunch, make me a bunch of money, get a bunch of awards, and receive critical acclaim from all quarters. Alright, I didn't get that. What I have gotten over the last 2 years is a measure of self-worth. I've managed to see a project through to some degree of completion. We've put together an amazing demo. I've seen what it is that I can do and what I can do when I'm working with talented people. I've built up a network. I've got an experience at being an independent developer and presenting myself as such. I've gotten confidence. I've made friends. I've experienced great things. And yeah, a network is nothing to sniff at. If I had another idea for a game and I was ready to go right this very second, I would know who to contact. I wouldn't be shooting blind anymore or knocking on doors and trying to get my in. I have everything in place should I want it, should I use it, to do this all again. And I've also got the experience to, do it better. So, that's awesome. Rosvita has been a huge boon for me, and it will continue to be if I let it continue to be. And so that pretty much brings me to why I'm here, sitting in the woods near my flat, talking into the camera and giving this update. I'm ready to I've now found myself in a better place, and I'm ready to start looking forward to what I'm doing. I've taken Giles' advice. I'm working some freelance work at the moment. I'm working with Mike Biffle on something that's really interesting, and that's been actually great to kind of put aside my ego for a while, to stop worrying about my projects, just get my teeth stuck into a really fun project and produce some great artwork. That's fundamentally what I am. I'm an artist. I make pretty things. That's given me some headspace to really think about things and to really appreciate what people have been saying to me. And one thing I really want to start doing is this. I got a lot from doing these vlogs. It was good to air my thoughts. It was good to contextualize my ideas. It was good to talk to people and to put something out there, to have some productivity, and to fill my spare time with something that made me feel like I was actually building forwards. I've been putting a lot of hours into Overwatch and Netflix recently, and whilst those two things are awesome, there's a lot more I want to be doing, and this is part of it. So I'm going to continue working for a little while. I'm going to continue doing some freelance, or maybe see if there's some good studio work out there. Just build up a bit of money, because that's still a concern, and just gear myself up again to have another run at being indie, doing the whole indie thing, because I enjoyed it. Alright, I ended up going to a bad place, right at the end of the ride, but I've had a great time. I've learned so much, I've met so many people, and there's not a damn thing that I can imagine doing other than pursuing my projects, pursuing my goals, and making things, and that's what I want to do. So, I feel good. I feel good about things. I feel good about where I'm going, and I feel ready to take an active hand in that and to go forwards. So watch this space, I guess. Thanks everyone who's watching this, who's been helping me along. No matter how big or small your contribution, it's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens next. Mosquitoes. Alright, everyone. Thank you very, very much, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.